guys, and welcome back to my channel. I told y'all I was gonna do a video like this, and as you can see by the title, today I am talking about products that I need brands to bring back. Bring my shit back. Ain't nobody tell you to take it. If you guys wanna know more, let's go. Okay, so I actually just uploaded a short TikTok reel talking to this brand because I need e.l.f. to bring back their Chipotle collaboration. Now, when I made the video, I just mentioned the gloss because it is literally one of the best like red glosses out there because it's like this pinky red. I have it on as a like lip topper today. It's like a pinky red. It's just the perfect like lip topper, especially for the black girls who do the, you know, like neutral lipstick brown lip liner combo. It literally is the perfect go over. But when I posted it, someone said actually they can bring back the eyeshadow palette as well, and you know what, they can. That eyeshadow palette, y'all know when I was doing the declutters on eyeshadow palette stuff like that, eventually I did let it go just because I also don't wear eyeshadow as much anymore, but they did what they had to do with that eyeshadow palette. If you guys are not aware, e.l.f. did collaborate with Chipotle. I want to say that was probably like 2020, and I only remember it because I only remember the time frame because I remember talking about it a lot during lockdown, stuff like that. And literally the whole collaboration was good. That gloss though, I had to get backups, and I'm down to my last backup, and there's only like this much left in it. So that's why I made the video. But then when they said that about the eyeshadow palette, I was like, no, that was actually a really good eyeshadow palette. Now, y'all know when brands collaborate with other brands, there's like licensing, stuff like that. So I get it. I get if you can't specifically bring back that, right? You can't bring back the packaging. You can't use Chipotle's name again, stuff like that. But like, you could create another lipstick, another lip gloss that just happens to look exactly like that one. You can bring back that formula. You can bring back the color. And you can bring back that eyeshadow palette. You brands repackage, and Tarte has been selling y'all the same eyeshadow palette for the last 10 years. They just start calling it Tarteist of all Tarteist. So e.l.f., y'all can do that too. Bring it back. Okay, up next, the Patrick Star powder that he did in collaboration with MAC Cosmetics. Go ahead and bring it back. Bring it back. I was talking in the video where I was talking about holiday launches, how it made me curious on if the powder that he launched with One Size Beauty is the same powder or close enough to the MAC Cosmetic one. And someone pointed out that it's probably pretty similar because it is Patrick Star. You know, he has oily skin. So if he launched a powder with MAC Cosmetics, it was most likely going to be a, you know, mattifying powder. True. However, if you have tried the One Size powder, baby, you know that ain't nothing to play with when it comes to mattifying. That is up there with the Fenty Beauty powder on mattifying. That is a matte powder. His powder with MAC Cosmetics, it wasn't that mattifying. It's more like soft matte powder. Like the way that it looked on the skin, the how your face wore, it's definitely different than the One Size. So again, they could be similar, but no, like I need the exact thing. I need the exact Patrick Star MAC Cosmetics. And the thing that makes it, that is also probably playing into why it's different, is because that powder with MAC Cosmetics is most likely MAC Cosmetics formula, just tweaked a little bit to, you know, Patrick's liking when it comes to mattifying stuff like that. Whereas the One Size, that's One Size formula. So I need MAC to relaunch. I cut Patrick another check if you have to. I need you to relaunch that powder so I can have that again. Why did I declutter it? You know, I also lost my mind a little bit during lockdown, and it was just giving like very overwhelmed, claustrophobic, and maybe it was because we were all cooped up inside, but it was just like everything had to go. And you know, I don't regret a lot of the things that I decluttered, but I'm looking and I'm like, why did I declutter that? So yeah, y'all can go ahead and bring that powder back. Thank you. Speaking of powders that y'all can bring back, now mind you, besides the Patrick one, I think everything else I'm talking about, I still have some form of it because I can't purchase it again, so I also refuse to let it go. So this one I still have, because we're like this till the very end, until I am literally scraping it out. Like, you know when the soap is done, so you put a little water in there so that you can get till the tires fall off. And I'm talking about the Dior face and body powder. When I tell y'all, I have yet, and people ask me like, oh, do you have any dupes, anything that's close to it? No, babes, I do not. that powder, that pressed powder, and that's the one that I use when I completely finish my face as a like all over powder. Between the shade, the finish of it, it's this like velvety pressed powder that just adds the perfect finish to your face. Photographs beautifully, looks good in real life, skin is just chef's kiss. And Dior decided that they were going to discontinue that because we can't have anything. We literally cannot have anything nice. I don't remember, or I don't know if they have, because Dior will also like discontinue something just so that they can bring it back in a new formula, right? Which the new formula almost, I rarely remember a product that had a like new version of it come out and people were like, you know what? Yeah, y'all needed to reformulate this. Rarely. But I don't remember if Dior has reformulated and come out with a new version, but I just know it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be, I want that. I want that one. You see how people are still asking for it, which mind you, I've been seeing people ask for it for like years, right? Because I think they discontinued it in like 2022 or something like that. But I need that one. I need to be able to purchase another version of that because the one that I have now, and mind you, I'm not sure if it was discontinued because they want to like reformulate it. Or, you know, sometimes brands will pull products if they have like quality control issues, because a lot of people that I know had or have it said that it cracks easily. Like, you, baby, don't even blink at it too hard. It's gonna shatter. It cracked, it shattered. For me, I definitely scooped it back in and we were making it do what we need to do. But that could also be a reason why they pulled it off shelves, which I don't care. I don't care. I would rather scoop it back in. Give me the same exact powder. I don't want no changes to it, no tweaks, no nothing. Wasn't nothing wrong. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, that is literally the powder that I use every single time that I do a makeup after I bake, stuff like that. Use a setting spray. I will do like a little once over just so everything is really like blended all the way in. People have asked for anything that I think is similar to it. I'm so sorry, babes. It's not giving. That nothing is. You know, if you're looking for like smoothing powders, like to kind of get that smoothing effect that the Dior gives, Pat McGrath has a good powder, pressed powder for that. Sephora, the, what is it, Micro Smooth, but y'all know like that is not the original Micro Smooth. That itself has already been you know, reformulated. So but the new one is good as well. There's that one. There's nothing else like it, child, nothing. Next up, RIP Becca. Y'all need to bring back the Becca Ever Matte Poreless Primer, I believe is what it's called. That was probably oily skin's bestest friend that has ever been created when it comes to makeup. That if you have oily skin and you use that primer, you already know she wasn't playing with nothing. Not nobody. Put that on, oil wear. And the thing about it is it did such a good job of mattifying the face, but like not stripping the oils out of your face that you don't overproduce oil because now your skin is dry. It did such a good job of that. And also the, like, you know, the canvas that it would leave you with once it's time to put the makeup on your face. Now, the oil sucker from One Size Beauty, that is a close second to being the best friend that oily skin needs. However, with that one, that is more so like, that primer is for controlling the oil on your face. That is not a primer that I would run to if I'm worried about how makeup looks on my face, right? Sometimes, and that's also another reason why I'll wear multiple primers, because I'm using them for different reasons. Sometimes I need it so it can mattify and control the oil on my face, and then sometimes I need it so that it can give me that like Facetune filtered smooth over canvas, stuff like that. I need a balance of how it looks and how it wears, and I feel like Becca did a good job of both of those together. Whereas the One Size, I feel like the main thing here is that it's going to control the oil on your face throughout the day, but you could also use the blurring One Size primer so that you can get the best of both worlds, something that will control the oil on your face and then something that will control how your face looks. But Becca had those two in one with that primer. And now I know you can get like some Becca products from like different stuff like that, but like when it comes to, you know, once we have to start going like Amazon and stuff like that to order the products, I'm like, I don't. But that was one of my favorite primers for a good minute. And I already told you, like, Becca was really good when it came to complexion products, foundations, concealers, primer, highlighters for a good minute. And then I don't know what happened with Becca. It got stale. Well, of course, other competitors, but like the creativity behind Becca, it wasn't there anymore. Okay, next up, listen, Pond de Replay. I need that pink body butter back, okay? I tried the original body butter when it came out, loved it, right? It is a very good formula if you are looking for something that's going to hydrate your skin. Especially like during the winter, stuff like that, that is a very good product. But then they started releasing it in like different versions, right? You know, this past winter, they had a like salted caramel, they had marshmallow. If you remember a couple of years ago, like 2022, I think is when it first came out, they came out with the like beige one that smells like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and everyone was like, oh my god, I need to go stock up on this one because it's limited edition, it's so good, and it's really glittery. The beige one is very glittery, and that was one of the things that made me like, mind you, I still have one here, but I was like, you know, not so much for me, like, especially when it's that type of glittery body lotion, body butter, stuff like that. I like those for very specific things, and usually like the winter, the summer, when, you know, skin's out, buns out, all that stuff. But the scent itself isn't something that I would really want to wear in the summer, so it just was not my favorite, right? So then a couple months later, they come out with the pink one for Valentine's Day. But when I tell you that was really perfection in a tube, it was the like perfect vanilla for a body butter. It did have glitter in it, but not as much. It was like literally I would put a flashlight on when I used the beige one. You would have thought I was a disco ball with how much glitter was in that one. But the pink one, it was literally perfect, literally. But it was limited edition, so you couldn't buy it again. Now they did bring it back, I think 2023, but in a mini version for the holidays. But they brought back the beige one, like the full size stuff like that you could purchase. And I'm like, I actually blame y'all. I blame y'all, because if y'all had gone out and bought the pink one, like y'all stocked up on the beige one, they would have said, oh, okay, the demand is here, let's go ahead and bring this one back. Fenty, if you're, listen, I was just playing with the Pond de Replay, okay? Robin, we like the pink one just as much. Please bring the pink one back. We're going through enough with everything in life right now. Make us happy, please, and bring back the pink body butter. Okay, next up is a throwback for me, but CoverGirl Queen, I need that bronzer back. I need it back. And mind you, I'm thinking of the memories when I was in college. The not school bookstore, I don't remember what it's called, but it was like a little convenience store that they had at the bottom of the dorm area. But if you went to St. John, you know what I'm talking about. But they had a little like kiosk stand and that was my first introduction to CoverGirl Queen. I picked up like literally everything that was there. But I just remember it's bringing back the memories of using those products, like go out and get ready for nights out, stuff like that. But, and again, given the time, we're talking like 2014 compared to what today is. Baby, CoverGirl Queen got us through a lot, okay? You know what bronzer looks like in 2014. And even today, if you think about like drugstore bronzers, name them. Name the options that you have if you look like me when it comes to drugstore bronzers. CoverGirl, I know they're supposed to bring back like the CoverGirl Queen collection. I had seen something about them and Queen Latifah, like all of that. But I don't feel like I've heard anything else about that. But if anyone from CoverGirl comes across this video, please bring back the CoverGirl Queen bronzer. They knew what they were doing when it came to the shades that they put out, and then how it looked on the skin. Again, chef's kiss. Again, I feel like honorable mention because like it just got recalled, so they're just, you know, figuring out what they're going to do with it, all that stuff. But Charlotte Tilbury, Auntie Charlotte. If you have to like reformulate the setting spray because of whatever the recall was for, and you're gonna bring it back, I need you to make sure that it is as close as possible to what was just taken off the shelves when you bring it back. Now, actually, I know a lot of people don't like the Charlotte setting spray. They say that like it makes your face tight, stuff like that, which I can see what you're saying, but I also don't use just like one setting spray. So, you know, you gotta take that out. Okay, sure. But other than that, I need that as close as possible to the original whenever you bring it back. Okay, the way that that spray just, again, if it's Charlotte Tilbury and it's got airbrush in the name, it's going to look airbrushed on your face. So I need it to still look airbrushed like that, still melts everything in. Again, you can take the tightness on the face away, but other than that, I need the same exact thing when you bring it back. Thank you. All right, y'all, so that is it for this video. Those are some products that I really need brands to bring back because, like I said, either I decluttered it not thinking, or I am on my last tube, last palette, last container, last something, and I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of it because I have not found a good replacement for it yet. So yeah, you know, I'm not begging, but I'm begging. So please bring those products back. Let me know in the comments down below what are some products you guys need to see brands bring back, because you never know who's watching. You never know who is keeping track of what the people want to see. So comment down below. Make sure to thumbs up, comment, subscribe, turn on notification bells down below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.